public. The wine cellar will therefore be sealed off until the matter has been handled. Either the king's men leave or they will starve. Whatever comes first, they can rot for all I care. So either the king's men leave or Wilhelm will starve, whichever comes first. Maybe I will feed them some wine. It would in a sense solve both of my problems. Right, the wine, indeed. So stuff's going on in the wine cellar, which has been closed off. Alright, let's get out of here. Oh, the door opened, I see, that was the crazy sound earlier. And I don't remember if this is now... Yeah, so now that's locked. Remember we came in this way the last time? So now that's locked. And we have to go through here, which is pretty cool. So then make sure you go through here. You saw that? See that? You see that? There was a guy walking around and he made a "rah" sound. Cool. And we're going this way too, that's funny. Because he's heading towards the place where we need to go. And again, if you're playing... What was that, a Wookiee? I sound like Chewbacca. So if you're easily scared, then you've been creeped out pretty badly by now. But we're meant to leave by going that way. So the piano... But if you come back, there's nothing here. That's pretty cool. So he doesn't actually attack you yet, but you see him now. And we will see more of him later on, that's for sure. The door's busted. We've been through here before. Alright, let's get back out. So we got the key to the wine cellar. I think that's what we were meant to be doing. Alright, so that's one part. Cool. Ow. Ow. So that's one part of the game done. Let me just pick that up. If we can pick that up without getting killed. Did that actually hurt me? No, all is good. So I think these things are supposed to be like they attack you if you stand on them. But I don't think you actually lose any health if you do get hit by them. Alright, so we're meant to go there first, because that's when we get the key to the wine cellar. But before we go down to the wine cellar, I think there's also... Yeah, here we go, so there's a laboratory and a wine cellar. Let's just check the wine cellar, and of course the shadow is hunting us. So the laboratory is this part. I thought this was the wine cellar. I guess it's not, but as you can see it's very dark and we are going slightly crazy. Strange sounds. In fact, we're going a lot crazy. I don't know if I should light something or not. There's a burning torch there. Let's just stand here for a while. See what... Your sanity is now dangerously low. Make sure to stay in the light and try to make progress. Sanity ... Okay, so my sanity is dangerously low. Ew, what is that? Although again, it doesn't really matter if you actually lose sanity. Like the first time I play, you try to manage your sanity, like your light source, and you light the torches, and you use your lantern and everything else to try to stay sane. It doesn't actually matter. Anyway, maybe I will just let myself go crazy for a little bit more, so you can see what happens when you do. Right. And it's this. That's cool, look at that. So there's water down there. And there's things happening in the water, and you hear footsteps upstairs as well. So we really are going crazy now, because you can see the camera is not responding to the mouse. Like, going crazy actually harms you quite a bit. Like, you get... Alright, let's just do that. If you get too crazy, it gets a lot more difficult to run away from the enemies. Although you're not really supposed to run a lot anyway, but it gets harder to do things. Chemical relocation. The lack of a chimney to properly vent the fumes from my most recent experiments has taken its toll on many of my less stable ingredients in the storage. Some seem unaffected, but many are stained by the fumes and will be difficult to salvage. I shall do what I can to move them to the wine cellar. So the chemicals have been moved to the wine cellar, basically. I'm still going crazy even though I'm standing in the light, so that's not really helping. And again, like, there's the footsteps outside. What's going on here? What's going on here? Nothing? I mean, you're supposed to be terrified at this point.
There should be more coop racks. Let me see. And one part aquaforce.
So, some alchemy things going on. Don't really know what he's talking about. Oh, here it is. Jar. So that apparently is a part of a puzzle. And I'm still going crazy. Like, he's shaking a bit. That's crazy. Look at that. Like, he's shaking. Oh, that's a save point. Let's just read this first. Early alchemy experiment. This is my third attempt to produce artificial vitae. The former compounds lack the potency I need, but I sense I'm close. Calamine and orpiment are a given, and the culprit binds them well. This time I will attempt aqua regia instead of aqua fortis in hopes that it will produce a more even solution. The experiment was unsuccessful. The solution is highly acid and proves impractical to put to any use except as a detergent. Organic tissue reacts especially violently to the solution and should be handled with the greatest care. I might be able to use the recipe, but I'm losing hope that I will find an alchemic solution to my predicament. So he's trying to mix things together. One day I'll return. If it wasn't for the thought of you, my love, I wouldn't be able to go on. When I find myself doing terrible things, I take comfort in you. As long as I'm able to think of you and long for a life together, I know I'm better than the others. I weep for them, they lust for power without restraint. Where I only crave fair judgment and a safe return. So these things... I think these things are save points. But they don't really make very much sense until much later in the game. Alright, so we got the glass jar and we're looking for things. I'm pretty sure the enemy doesn't find us here, not yet. But we are going completely crazy. Alright, let's go back to the other place. So we're going to the wine cellar first, which is also entertaining. So remember what I said at the beginning of the game. This game punishes you for being brave, rewards you for being scared. I think we can do something here, maybe not. Oh, use the key on the door to unlock it. Alright, so now we can get down to the wine cellar. So as I said earlier, there's like 3 parts to this area. There was the library where we got the key to the wine cellar, and then go to the wine cellar to get the alchemy ingredients, and then go back to the laboratory to mix things together. Beware, when standing in darkness your sanity will slowly drain. Turn on lights in the environment using tinderboxes or search for other sources of light. Well, there we go. Just in case you didn't get it earlier. That's how sanity works. And there's footsteps. I'm not sure if this light counts. Oh, it does count. See how the screen has stabilized a bit. We just stand here and stare at the light for a little bit. Restore some sanity. What is that? Anyway, something's going on.
Where did the Baron go? Who cares? He left us enough wine to last us a lifetime. Or at least until tomorrow.
Alright, so that's Wilhelm. And down here with the wine. You can hear the footsteps too, which is interesting. Let me just see what's going on here. Room, we have a bunch of doors. We have a lot of doors. There was a map on the wall there, but I don't think that map really helped. Hint, if an enemy is near, stay out of sight and hide in the darkness. Make sure you turn off your lantern if possible. If an enemy is here, stay out of sight and hide in the darkness. So it tells you how to get past the enemies in this game, which is interesting. And obviously when you do that, you're basically telling the player that there is gonna be an enemy here pretty soon. I think we see the enemy fairly soon. So you hear the footsteps as well. What's that? Ah, there he is. Alright. What happens if I walk towards that guy right now? See, he walks away from you. And there's a door there. And then he's gone. Alright, so we probably lost some sanity there just because we're doing stupid things. But at this point in the game, the enemies can't actually hurt you. You are meant to hide, of course, but I'm deliberately trying to play the game the wrong way to show you what happens if you do. It's interesting that they don't punish you there for not hiding. But the natural reaction would be to hide. Like if you see that, you're supposed to just kind of cower in the corner for a little bit and then have him walk away, and then you can come out. I think if you light the torches as well, when he appears, he'll blow out all the torches again. So if you use the tinderboxes, then it's kind of a waste. Although obviously if you're playing the game properly, as it were, then that would creep you out a bit, because you basically wasted a bunch of tinderboxes. Again, there's the relationship between the light and the dark, safety and danger. Like you think you light the torches and you're safe, but then the enemy appears. What is going on? Okay. The enemy appears and you lose the light sources anyway, and so again reinforcing the idea that you're much weaker than the enemy. Are you kidding me? I'm just staring at the light and I'm going crazy. Look at the screen move. That's pretty fun. Tripping out. I'm tripping out, man. So the footsteps are still walking around. That doesn't actually make any difference. There's a... Look at that, there's a chemical there. So that's actually what we need to pick up. And you notice how it glows in the dark. It's almost impossible to... Look at that. That's impossible to miss. See how it glows in the dark like that? Again, like, wow, what's going on here? Compared to some other games, cough cough, Broken Sword, you see how the quest items are actually highlighted for you. If you need it, you're not being asked to find it. or well, let me rephrase that. You are being asked to find it, but it's not deliberately hidden from you in such a way that you spend hours and hours combing through every little corner of the map trying to find what you're looking for. Which places have we not been to? I think we only have... Don't we need like 4 different things? We do, right? Let me just check these doors. Have we been in here? We were here earlier. I hope this is not too dark in the YouTube video. I know I'm not lighting any torches just because I'm deliberately trying to fail the game just to show you what happens. But it is quite dark. Anyway, so there's 4... Yeah, so there's like 4 things we need to pick up. See again, look at that. The green glow. The quest objective glows in the dark. Let me just close the door, light this up. Just so we can see what's going on. Right, Coprite. So every time you... Whoa, going crazy. So every time you pick something up, the enemy does something in response and you lose a bit more sanity. It's kind of funny. Tripping out, man. Tripping out. Again, like the trail of glow-in-the-dark colors leading to your quest objective. I mean, as I said, like the game's very careful about what it punishes you for and what it rewards you for. Ultimately, it's a horror game. It's not a